Some good news on the vaccine front. U.S. pharmaceutical giant Moderna has stated that its vaccine has proved to be 94.5% effective as shown by preliminary data. This is from the company's ongoing study of 30,000 volunteers. Moderna vaccine has raised hopes as it's shown a very high efficacy rate and also that it can be kept for 30 days without any problems. It's also easier to store than its closest counterpart, which is the Pfizer vaccine. Moderna vaccine can be stored at -20 degrees. Pfizer can only be stored at -75 degrees, which is largely unfeasible in parts of rural India as well. Moderna's results come exactly a week after Pfizer announced that its vaccine has proved to be 90% effective in the trials.
It's a really important milestone in the fight against the pandemic because it demonstrates that our vaccine, mRNA-1273, is able to prevent COVID-19 disease, including severe disease in people who've received it. It's really just a milestone, though. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Knowing the vaccine is going to be effective is great news, but we still need to complete the regulatory process, which involves completing the study and generating more data, even some follow-up and safety data. And then, of course, we need to get busy manufacturing.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, we knew that a vaccine would be essential for bringing the pandemic under control, which is why WHO proposed the ACT Accelerator. But it's important to emphasize that a vaccine will complement the other tools we have, not replace them. A vaccine on its own will not end the pandemic.
Here's why the Moderna vaccine is good news and is really hopeful news in the hunt for a COVID vaccine. As mentioned by Moderna, it has a very high efficacy rate of 94.5%. It's a new vaccine technology, so that means it can be kept at -20 degrees Celsius. Good news for India, because then it's not difficult to keep this vaccine. Another plus is that it can be kept for almost 30 days in a refrigerator. This particular vaccine, when you compare it to the news that came in from Pfizer, Moderna's vaccine has a higher efficacy rate. It's also easier to store than Pfizer. As we said, -20 degrees is the temperature required for the Moderna vaccine. Pfizer vaccine needs the temperature to be at -75 degrees Celsius. So this also comes as good news for India because, as I mentioned, the storage of the Moderna vaccine a lot easier than the Pfizer vaccine. But we'll have to see how things really move forward, whether we will have a vaccine in the coming months or if it'll come in 2021.